dreams are an amazing conduit for communication. Out-of-body experiences are even better, because if we are conscious in the experience, then we can go beyond the dreaming mind and we can actually visit the many worlds that are out there, including the parallel worlds that exist right here in our own solar system. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that we're not meant to be aware of this stuff. I just think it's that we live in a world where there's a lot of control, top down, by the deep state, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. There is a control system. But one thing I learned from a very early age from my guides when I started having those experiences at age 6, they would say things to me like, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. What matters is what you are always doing in the present. Even if we are mind controlled, which we are, I mean, TV programming, I mean, come on, it's in the name. You know, we are programmed throughout our lives. I took some magic mushrooms just a few days ago. Anybody here ever take any magic mushrooms? Okay, if you didn't look around the room, that was 3 of us. Okay, 3 of us. That's how much of a control system this is. Because back in the 60s, when they started banning DMT, LSD, magic mushrooms, all these psychedelics, when they banned them just across the board, they weren't banning them to protect us. They were banning them because they know how powerful these plants are. DMT is in all of our bodies. It's theorized that it's made in the pineal gland. They found it in abundance in our cerebral spinal fluid in the spine. They found it in the eyeballs, and they found enzyme-forming tissue in the lungs that are capable of producing DMT. If you don't know what it is by now, DMT is the active ingredient in something like ayahuasca, which is that plant medicine they talk about where they have powerful journeys. Unlike ayahuasca, it's an immediate effect. You take 3 puffs on something like a crack pipe. Within 3 puffs, that's about 30 seconds. If you've smoked it right and if it's a good quality, physical reality will depart within 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds. If you have one of these breakthrough DMT experiences, almost without fail, you are going to meet some beings that are not human, who are welcoming you, talking to you, sharing ideas with you. You might come back with some very profound experiences. A lot of people have the belief that DMT is something that's been engineered into the human species itself. I mean, into our world, because you'll pretty much find it in everything, including oranges. But you're not going to have one of these trips on, 1,000 oranges. It just doesn't work that way. But it is a powerful wake-up experience. And people who have these experiences know exactly why they've been banned, because the control system doesn't want you flying off out of your body into other dimensions reality where you can see just how much support there is on these other dimensions of reality. So one of the tools that I use to get out of body is breathing. I'll sometimes breathe for 30 minutes of really good focused breathing where it gets to the point where there are no other thoughts going on. It is literally just you're very present with the breath, and that's it. You're not even thinking about going out of body yet. You're just thinking about building energy. Open to the idea of going out of body if it happens during the breath work, because it can happen during then. But just do the breath work. Just really focus on the breathing. Afterwards, when you finish the breathing, I'm typically lying down in corpse pose. I'm usually in a north-south facing direction, so my head's facing towards magnetic north. And I'm in corpse pose, lying on my bed or lying on the sofa. And the reason I'm in corpse pose, lying on my back, is because this is the position where we can feel energy flowing through our bodies easier than any other position. And I then start making movements with my energy body. So if you can imagine your aura, or your transparent energy body. And I keep my physical arm still, and I imagine moving my energy body. Just movements like this. So just imagine this. as realistic as I can. So I may be doing both arms like this. I'm just making realistic sensations while keeping my physical body still. I'm doing the same with my legs. Maybe I'm imagining lifting my energy body legs up in the air and holding them in a position. Or I'm imagining reaching my arms, my energy body arms back this way and just stretching, giving myself a big stretch like an astral cat. Just nice big stretch. And just by focusing on these ideas while now repeating affirmations, like maybe I'll say something like, now I have an out-of-body experience where I exit my crown. Now I raise my internal vibrational energy. And I just keep repeating things like that. As I allow my mental focus to stay very sharp, I'm focused on having an out-of-body experience, but I start to maybe take the awareness and start dialing it back a little bit to where I get to that borderline, to where I could maybe just fall unconscious. Because what happens is, sometimes we're too awake. Sometimes we're lying there and we're like, okay, when am I going to have an out-of-body experience? And we're too awake. We're just too awake. So sometimes we literally need to get out of our own way. So what I will sometimes do, I'll allow myself to dip in and out of light sleep. And every time I come back up from light sleep, which if I've had maybe 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep before I even wake up that early, I can have 2 or 3 hours in the morning of just entering and exiting light sleep. And every time I exit light sleep, for about 10 seconds, you are in a very strong trance state. And if you can keep your physical body absolutely still, keep even to the point of keeping your eyes closed, you can just literally imagine yourself standing up, and in most cases, you will find yourself exit your physical body. It can be as simple as that. People think this is rocket science. It really isn't. One, it's the energy. We need some rocket fuel for the astral journeys. So it's building the energy with the breathing. And then allowing yourself to dip in and out of light sleep and catching yourself. Every time you're waking up, keep the body still, keep the eyes closed, and just attempt to stand up. Attempt to roll out of your body. And you might feel a sensation where it feels like Velcro, like you're peeling away from Velcro. And you might, if you're wearing an eye mask like I do, you can see through the eye mask before you even start to peel away. You literally know you've got your eyes closed, you know you've got an eye mask on, but yet you can see into your room because you're no longer seeing with physical eyes. You're seeing with your energy body eyes. If it doesn't happen within those 10 seconds, for about another 50 seconds, you're in a lighter trance. And you can still work with it, but it's not as easy. So if I don't, within a minute of waking up, doesn't work for me, I allow myself to fall back into a light sleep again by setting the intention. Next time I wake up, I will make an attempt to exit from my body. And the moment I catch myself waking up again, those first 10 seconds, I'm just attempting to exit the body. And if I do this, let's say 3 or 4 times in the morning, usually once at least, I'll catch myself in just the right state and I exit the body with minimal effort. Of course, the 30 minutes of breathing, setting the alarm to get up in the first place, that might take a little bit more effort. But I promise you, it's really worth the effort.